I like to travel really light with my skincare, but I fail at that all the time. Usually what ends up happening is I pile in lots and lots of extra skincare and I wind up at my destination overloaded with things that I don't actually need or use. So recently I went on a trip, and it was a long trip, and it was actually a combination of VidCon in Anaheim, which was an absolutely amazing experience. And then straight from there, I was headed to Costa Rica with my family for an almost 2-week trip. Now, my mind said, okay, let's pack as light as we possibly can, because you don't want to be spending a bunch of time doing skincare. You want to be spending it with your family. And also the humidity in Costa Rica is so high that I knew I wasn't going to be wanting to layer on a bunch of skincare. I just knew I wouldn't want to feel that way. So I did. I packed light. Like, I'm talking Olympic level packing. I narrowed my routine down to something that I have not done in decades. I narrowed it down to a cleanser, just one cleanser. The Prequel Cleanser is the one that made the cut, and mostly because it came in a perfect little travel size tube. And honestly, I wish all brands would do that. If they would just put their cleanser in not a tiny travel size that isn't going to be enough, but something that's like good enough for 2 weeks or something, which it is. So I packed that one, and that was the only cleanser. And then I packed my 4-lead Platinum Essence, the lotion, and I packed that specifically, even though it comes in like a glass bottle. I packed that one because it has pigment inhibitors in it. It has several different brighteners in it. It has arbutin in it, and then it has humectants in it. It has so many good ingredients that I thought, okay, that's a multitasker. And because it's like a water, basically, it's lightweight and it won't feel heavy in the humidity, because it's the green season in Costa Rica right now, and it is extremely humid there. And so I packed that. Even though that doesn't sound like something light packing, I figured it would serve lots of purposes. Then I packed my Youth Recovery from Photozyme, because that's the perfect lightweight moisturizer. It has DNA repair enzymes in it. Those are going to be amazing both morning and night, and really going to help me to offset the damage I knew I was going to incur because I was going to be in that incredible sun near the equator. Okay, so I packed those things, and then I packed an SPF, and that was my routine. And honestly, I was really proud of myself. I did pack some under eye masks because they're easy to pack and they're just in little envelopes. They're not heavy, and I love to have those on hand when I travel. So that was it. The thing about it is my skin really regretted that I didn't bring my vitamin C. Immediately within 2 weeks of returning home and incorporating my vitamin C back into my routine, it reinforced how important that particular pillar of my skincare routine is for me, and it should be for you as well. So first of all, what happened to my skin? What I noticed was the inevitable. I collected a bunch of hyperpigmentation, and my skin slowly declined in luminosity. So by the end of my trip, I truly feel like I looked so much more dull, which is a combination of lots of things, of course, from traveling, but I attribute some of it to the fact that I was out of vitamin C for more than 2 weeks. When we are hit with the sun rays, what happens is we get something is generated called free radicals. Now, this sounds woo-woo, but it really is happening to us all day long. We are incurring damage that our DNA repair enzymes are working to fix, and this stuff is happening all the time. Each cell is getting something like 10,000 hits of damage a day. I mean, it is a lot. And so anything that we can do to prevent that damage from happening in the first place, so the DNA repair enzymes aren't working as hard, or they work as hard as they can and they can repair more damage, is going to be what vitamin C is doing for us. So vitamin C actually comes in and it neutralizes those free radicals. So it helps to fend off those little free radicals that are damaging our collagen and our elastin. Now, of course, we all know that collagen and elastin are proteins in our skin that are responsible for our skin being, bouncy and taut and healthy and all the things. So vitamin C is very protective of the things in our skin that are super duper important for the health of our skin. Now, vitamin C is also helpful in the process of collagen generation. So vitamin C is an integral component of the actual formation of collagen. So you're not only getting the protection of the existing collagen that you have, but you're also getting that help in forming new collagen. So vitamin C is one of those things that's super duper helpful. The other thing about vitamin C is that it helps to ward off excess pigment. So it's going to be helpful for that hyperpigmentation that is practically inevitable when we get a lot of sun. So it is a tyrosinase inhibitor. You guys have heard me talk about that a bunch. It is a pigment inhibitor. It helps to slow the overproduction of melanin that happens when we are exposed, especially overexposed to lots and lots of sun. But I think the main thing that vitamin C does do is acts as that antioxidant. So we want to neutralize that oxidative stress that causes those little free radicals to be there that sit and affect our collagen and elastin. That's probably the number one. Now, vitamin C is also anti-inflammatory, and inflammation is just going to be a product of all of these things happening, the oxidative stresses and just all that onslaught of damage that is happening. It's inflammatory. So vitamin C is also anti-inflammatory. And if you've been here for a while, you know that inflammation, especially over the long run, is aging. So we want to reduce inflammation as much as we possibly can. Now, there are lots of vitamin C's on the market, and I have my particular favorites. Number one, I like THD vitamin C. And I would say that if you are more mature and you have dry or dehydrated skin, you might want to try that version of vitamin C as well. I think that it is the most nourishing version. Now, it is a vitamin C derivative, meaning it is not L-ascorbic acid. So it is a little bit more stable, and it is fat soluble. It's a lipid soluble version of vitamin C. So you're gonna get more kind of moisture, if you will. You might get a little bit more penetration because we have a lipid barrier, and it is a lipid soluble version of vitamin C. So theoretically, it should be able to penetrate that lipid barrier a little bit better because it kind of can slide on by like a Trojan horse. So for lots of reasons, I really like it. The biggest reason is that it is not irritating at all. I'm one of those people, you might be like this too, who is super duper sensitive to vitamin C in the form of L-ascorbic acid. It tends to make me get real pink over time and almost like feel warm. And so I have tried many times to use vitamin C in the form of L-ascorbic acid, and I usually end up a little bit irritated. So if you are someone with sensitive skin, dry skin, if you are dehydrated, if you are mature and you need a little bit more moisture, look for THD vitamin C. I think it is a really great option. Now, if you are not sensitive and you know you like L-ascorbic acid, that is a really great form of vitamin C. It's the most studied form of vitamin C, and it is arguably the most effective form of vitamin C. There are downsides, of course. It is not stable. So you need to, if you buy vitamin C in the form of L-ascorbic acid, you definitely want to go through it. You don't want to, use it and set it aside, use it and set it aside and have it in your cupboard for a year, because it won't be as effective at 1 year as it was when you first opened it. So my recommendation is when you use L-ascorbic acid, try to get through it in 3 or 4 months, the bottle of it, to ensure that you're getting the most efficacy out of it. I want to give you some recommendations. My number one recommendation, if you are somebody who's looking for THD, is going to be the Photozyme vitamin C. This is the one that I left at home. This is the one that I immediately regretted after about a week away. I was like, why did you not pack that? Why would you leave that thing out? And this is actually something else that I think is good to point out, is that even people like me make skincare mistakes sometimes. And I am like 24/7 thinking of skincare, and I still can make some errors in my skincare routine. This was one of them. I should have brought it with me. It was a silly mistake. Okay, this is so good because it's that THD, vitamin C, but it also has DNA repair enzymes in it. So you're getting a 2-for when it comes to sun protection. You are getting something that is going to boost your SPF like no other THD on the market because of those DNA repair enzymes. The bonus of this to me is that it's like a lightweight moisturizer. So especially in the summertime, this just would replace a moisturizer. I would not layer this on and add a moisturizer and then my SPF. This is it. And so it kind of performs as a 2-for. It's just beautiful. Okay, so that's my number one recommendation. But if you are not somebody who wants THD, there are others on the market. I have 2 that I think are really great and they're super duper affordable. And I'm leaving them in the box because I'm going to give them away because they're not right for me. The first one is Timeless. This is the Timeless 10%. I picked this one up because I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the different percentages. Timeless makes 10% and it makes 20%. And really the way that that works is that 10% is going to be a little bit better for those people who have sensitive skin. So when you look at the percentages of vitamin C on L-ascorbic acid, you want at least 6%. 6% is like bare minimum and is going to be the least effective, but it will do something for you. But it's also not going to be irritating for most people. Then you have 10%, and 10% is also going to be great for sensitive skin. You're going to get L-ascorbic acid on board, and it's going to probably not irritate your skin if you're pretty good with L-ascorbic acid. So Timeless makes this in 10%, and then their gold standard is 20%. So you kind of have those options, and it's incredibly affordable. So Timeless would probably be my number one pick. If you are somebody who wants to do L-ascorbic acid, you would just need to pick between your 10 and your 20% based on your sensitivity. If you tried 10% and you had 0 sensitivity, when you got through a bottle, you could bump up and try the 20% and see if that was okay for you. But the moment you started getting irritated, back off on your frequency and consider going back to the 10%, because usually that's how that works out. And it's really more important to consistently have it on your skin than it would be to try to ride in with the higher percentage and, you know, go through all of the agony of having irritated skin. Okay, the other one that I wanted to recommend to you is somewhere kind of in the middle, and it is Prequel. There's a couple things that I want to caveat with this one. When you have a vitamin C, usually it will add in other antioxidants, usually letters, so E and F, so because they are trying to support the vitamin C antioxidant with other antioxidant friends to keep it more stable. Now in the Prequel, the E is actually ergothioneine, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a different antioxidant, and it's there to serve as a brightener and also as a supportive antioxidant friend. And then the F is the ferulic acid, another antioxidant that serves as a supportive antioxidant friend to the C, helping to stabilize the entire formula. So this one is really nice because it has that different cocktail of brightening ingredients that are great antioxidants, and it's at 15%. So it's kind of in the middle. It's not 10%, it's not 20, it's in the middle. I find this one actually to be pretty gentle. It's very low irritation and very effective. Caveat here is that it comes in a pump, which I love, but it's extremely watery. So when you pump it out, you have to be prepared to get some water basically in your hands, and you're gonna press it into your skin. Some people love that, some people hate that. So it's one of those things that you just have to decide. You have to try it for yourself. The price point is incredible. It is $23, and I think for the formula, unbelievable. Now, this one does have a distinct scent to it, which is like hot dogs, kind of like the SkinCeuticals. Also, I've been testing out a new one from the brand Mother, and it is a THD, but it also has ferulic acid, and that smells like hot dogs. I get that distinct scent. To me, they fade. You get that scent dies off and you don't smell it for very long. It's just what ferulic acid seems to smell like. So just know that. Some people can't stand that though. It's just important information. The other thing that I do like about both Timeless and the Prequel is that they come in these opaque packaging. So you don't have to worry about that extremely finicky vitamin C, getting exposed to too much light which will degrade the vitamin. So opaque packaging, super duper important. You don't have to worry about opaque packaging when it comes to the derivatives like THD. It's much, much more stable and not affected by light like the L-ascorbic acid is. So that's why some of these that are THD, their packaging isn't opaque like this. But I really, really encourage you to start using a vitamin C if you don't. And if you were like me and you made the mistake of just like, it's not in your routine anymore, you don't care about it, I really encourage you to get it back into your routine in some form, whatever form works for you. And because I do think that it makes a really big difference to our skin. The difference can be especially seen when we stop using something, which was what that was the realization for me. Now, if you would like to join me over on my Instagram, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of skincare over there. I've been kind of collecting, and I haven't done a giveaway in so long that it's time to get some skincare out of my house, and I'd love to share with you. I do my giveaways over on Instagram. It's PENN.SMITH.SKINCARE. I would love to have you over there. We do lots of conversations over there that, we can just have more one-on-one conversations, but it's also where I can do the giveaways, and there doesn't seem to be the scams that happen on YouTube. I hope you're having the most wonderful day. I hope you'll share your favorite vitamin C in the comment section down below. Let me know how you pack. I would love to know if you're an overpacker of your skincare or if you are somebody who's able to pack super duper light and be super stealth. How do you do that? How do you accomplish that? Because it almost seems like it's all or nothing for me. But I think I'm gonna go back to overpacking because I really missed having the skincare with me that I wanted. I really, really missed it. And I don't think light packing is really for me. All right, you guys, I hope that you have the most wonderful day. I hope you learned something today, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Take care.